Well, hey, folks, Darrell Brooks was just found guilty of 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for driving that red SUV into a crowd of Christmas parade attendees over in Waukesha, Wisconsin. He killed 6 people and injured dozens more. My question, is a bizarre Reddit post going to keep this goofus free? Well, the 40-year-old Brooks pleaded not guilty to 6 counts of intentional homicide by the use of a dangerous weapon. That led to this courtroom drama that lasted for weeks. He had another 60 felonies on top of that, and at the time that the judge was reading guilty, guilty, guilty time and time again, all he could do was stare down at the desk in front of him. Not a bit of emotion coming out. Now, this guy is clearly heading back to prison, and the system clearly endured weeks of abuse, but it proved that it works. Let's watch this video of the court drama today as the findings are read, guilty, guilty, guilty. And let me thank you in advance for supporting us here at Profiling Evil. And as for that Reddit thing, I think that's going to prove to be a troll. Let's watch.
State versus Brooks appearances are as they were before. I would make just one note that Mr. Brooks is now present in a suit, and I will also advise that at 9:43 a.m. this morning I was advised that the jury had reached verdicts in this matter, and without anything further I'll have the jury brought out.
Your Honor, I don't consent to being called that name and would like to address subject matter jurisdiction for the record as yet to be proven.
Your objections are noted. I will not be addressing subject matter jurisdiction. Please bring the jury out.
Would it be proven for the record, Your Honor?
Just a reminder to everyone that I do expect everyone in the courtroom to demonstrate appropriate decorum and courtesy as the verdicts are read and refrain from audible responses. Any disruptions may result in removal from the courtroom.
Your Honor, is that a tacit agreement not to address subject matter jurisdiction for the record?
Jury's coming in. All rise, please.
I respectfully object to that ruling, Your Honor, and request the legal reconsideration of your ruling for the record.
Your requests are noted, sir. I will not be addressing that further.
For the record, may I respectfully reject that ruling and take exception to that ruling, Your Honor? Is that a tacit agreement and a judicial determination that you don't have to answer that question as a public servant, Your Honor? For the record, may I request the legal or factual basis for your ruling, Your Honor?
It might have been a false alarm.
For the record, may I respectfully request a written judicial finding of fact and conclusion of law on this issue, Your Honor?
All your requests are noted for the record. They all are denied, sir. All rise. Jury's coming in.
For the record, may I respectfully move for an interlocutory declaratory appeal on this matter, Your Honor?
Denied.
For the record, may I move to stay these proceedings until this instant matter is adjudicated by a court of competent jurisdiction?
Denied.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor? Is that a tacit agreement that you don't have to answer that question for the record, Your Honor, as a public servant? You don't have to address admiralty law or common law if this court is operating under admiralty law?
I will not be addressing any of those issues, sir.
Thank
you, everyone. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you picked one among you to be the foreperson? Yes. All right, and I see it's juror number 11. Have you reached verdicts on all 76 counts?
Yes.
All right, would you please hand all of the forms to the bailiff? confirm that there are 76 signed verdicts and 76 unsigned verdicts, which would be what I would expect. All right, I will read each one into the record. We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information, dated this 26th day of October 2022, signed by the foreperson, juror number 11. If you find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, answer the following question, yes or no. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes. We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 2 of the information. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes.
Burn in hell, you piece of shit.
Hey, you are to be removed right now. You will not do that. We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 3 of the information. And I should state as to count 2, it was signed and dated by the foreperson, same as to count 3. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes. We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 4 of the information. Dated this 26th day of October 2022, signed by the foreperson. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes. We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 5 of the information, dated today's date and signed by the foreperson. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes. Mr. Brooks, would you like me to poll the jury?
Yes.
Members of the jury, I'm going to ask each one of you individually to stand up, identify your number for the record, and then state whether the verdicts read in open court are your true verdicts. I'll start with the foreperson. And I'll read your numbers first so it's a little bit easier. So juror number 11. Were the verdicts read in open court, or are the verdicts, let me rephrase that. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 3. The court is so satisfied with the polling of the jurors. The court now accepts the verdicts. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the citizens of Waukesha County, and both parties here, I want to thank you for the time and attention that you've spent on this case. Your service in this case is now concluded. There is no requirement that you maintain secrecy concerning what happened in the jury room, but you do not have to discuss the case with anyone or answer any questions about it. On behalf, again, of the court and all of the parties, we thank you for your service over the last 3.5 weeks. You are discharged and free to go. All rise for the jury, please. Anything from you, Mr. Brooks?
What is judgment?
Given the verdicts from the jury here today, the court will enter judgments of conviction based upon the verdicts on all 76 counts. The court will also revoke bond. In this case, I plan on bringing the case in Monday, this coming Monday, the 31st at 1 p.m. to address further scheduling. What I would ask the parties to do between now and then is to determine how long you think each side will need to present their sentencing remarks, whether you anticipate anyone speaking on your behalf. If so, how many? how long, so that I can then look at my calendar and adjust and make sure that I have the appropriate amount of time to do that. I'm not going to sentencing on Monday. It is just for further scheduling at 1 p.m. before my afternoon case.
Judge, would you be willing to consider persons appearing by Zoom for sentencing?
Yes, I would not do anything different than what I've been doing since we started utilizing Zoom, and that is to make it available for both victims and family members of the defendant if they so choose to make statements over Zoom.
Okay, thank you. That
You're welcome.
helps us in our planning.
All right. All right then. Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned for today. We'll see you all on Monday.